Welcome to the 11th anniversary of Michigan's Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau and the annual meeting of all our organizations. My name is Annette Rummel, and I have the privilege of serving as CEO of our 4 Convention and Visitor Bureau organizations and the Go Great Foundation. Thank you all for digitally joining together for this meeting. This format is being leveraged to ensure we remain in compliance with the bylaws, state statutes, and their respective requirements while still respecting your safety and well-being. The Bay County and Midland County Convention and Visitors Bureaus were both established in 1985. The Saginaw County Convention and Visitors Bureau was established in 1977 as part of the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce and became an independent organization in 1986. The Go Great Foundation was established in 2015. To open our meeting, please join me in prayer. Gracious Lord, thank you for the opportunity to digitally gather here today to meet the needs of our organizations and provide important information regarding our travel sector. We are grateful to live in the United States of America, for the freedoms we enjoy and for all those who serve to protect them. We are blessed to live, work, worship, and play in this wonderful land. You have provided our business owners with knowledge, fortitude, and the ability to endure, grow, and prosper. Through your blessings, Michigan's Great Lakes Bay region will again prosper. For this we offer you our most heartfelt thanks. Grant us the wisdom and drive to work together and share our blessings with others. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Next, please join me for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We are truly blessed with wise and selfless governing board of director members. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the 2020 chairman of the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau Board, Mr. Richard Garber. Chairman Garber also serves as the current chairman of the Saginaw County Convention and Visitors Bureau Board of Directors. In 1980, at age 25, Dick Garber became one of the youngest dealers in General Motors history when he took the helm of Garber Buick Company in its 73rd year of operation. Over the past 40-plus years, Dick has grown the business under the umbrella of the Garber Management Group. It now operates in 6 states and includes 23 new vehicle dealerships representing 17 manufacturers. The business also includes Gateway Financial Solutions, currently purchasing retail installment contracts in 17 states, and is one of the largest used vehicle lenders based in the state of Michigan. In addition, the organization includes an independent used vehicle business operating under the name Right Way Automotive Credit, with over 40-plus sales locations in 6 states. In total, the organization employs over 2,300 people. Garber Management Group is currently one of the top 20 largest privately held companies in Michigan that's located outside of Detroit. Outside of the automotive industry, a unique opportunity arose in 2002 to make a contribution to the community in the sports arena. At the encouragement of hockey legend Ren Blair and former Mayor Paul Wendler, Dick Garber became the owner and governor of an Ontario Hockey League OHL franchise. The Saginaw Spirit is in its 19th season of play at the Dow Event Center in Saginaw, a truly transformational project that has helped lead a resurgence in the city of Saginaw as well as the Great Lakes Bay region. Chairman Garber, will you please officially open our annual meeting?
Thank you, Annie, and welcome to all. Our first order of business is to call our annual meeting of our organization to order. And I ask that each of you please give recognition to all our elected officials featured on these slides. My hope is that as citizens, we maintain respect, courtesy, and decorum when working with our elected officials. These officials each strive to advance our local, state, and national governments in a form they believe will address our challenges. Please show each of these people your support and thank them when the opportunity presents for their dedication to restore Michigan's and our region's travel sector. It's never easy to serve the public. Our current medical crisis and natural disasters make servicing even more challenging than ever. We appreciate their strength, their courage, and commitment to make our region a better place to live, work, worship, and play. Today we wish to extend special words of appreciation also to our partners in the Great Lakes Bay region, our hotels, our motels, our bed and breakfast, and vacation rentals. Your CVB relies and operates on lodging taxes and assessments collected through your overnight stays within your properties. Thank you all. Appreciation is also extended to all our dedicated Board of Director members who serve to ensure our local community's needs are met and that our region's marketing efforts generate the greatest return on investment possible. These board members govern and ensure that the CVB efforts remain in concert with the desires of our citizens and each of our county board of commissioners. During this unprecedented time, and to ensure continuity in governance, all members of each of our 5 board of directors have agreed to extend their terms of service by 1 additional year. We are grateful to you for your generosity and your leadership. Each CVB works in collaboration with our County Chamber of Commerce and Economic Development organizations, as well as aligns with the efforts of the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance. This collaboration ensures we complement our respective missions, we share resources, and eliminate duplications of effort across our mission platforms. It is also important to highlight the unique structure of our organizations. This structure has allowed us to dramatically decrease overhead expenses and increase investments into marketing and advertising this past year. This structure also has enabled our county organizations to invest in tourism economic development efforts that have had a tremendous positive impact on overnight visitation. In 2021, to advance recovery of the travel sectors, all investments into tourism economic development projects have been put on hold. Additional advertising investments will be made specifically targeted to jumpstart overnight visitation in our region. I now invite Mr. Jeff Mays, Chairman of the Bay County Convention and Visitors Bureau Board of Directors, to provide an update regarding the organizational assets, tourism economic development efforts, and the Bay County CVB organization's financial position. Welcome, Chairman Mays.
Thank you, Chairman Garber. On behalf of the Bay County Convention and Visitors Bureau Board of Directors, lodging operators, and tourism industry of Bay County, we're pleased to be a part of this meeting. As an update for the CVB, due to the pandemic, room assessment revenues were anticipated to decline by 56% compared to the previous year. Bay County CVB room assessment revenues performed better than anticipated, with a decline reaching 46%. Although this amount is less than planned for, the lodging industry continues to be negatively impacted by COVID-19. The good news is that the actions to reduce spending we implemented early in the pandemic have put us in a good position as an organization. We are positioned well, united with Midland and Saginaw counties, to address the challenges before us. Our current visitor center in Bay County resides in the lower level of Bay City's historic City Hall building. We appreciate the City of Bay City allowing us to co-locate with them there. Bay County CVB is also owns a parcel of property on Bay City's riverfront immediately south of the Veterans Memorial Bridge. This is a location we're considering a future visitor center facility. As we evaluate this location and other locations, we're excited to find a permanent home for the CVB in the future. I will now turn the presentation over to Chairman Tim Shelton to provide the Midland County CVB organizational update.
Thank you, Chairman Mays. The Midland County CVB owns state-of-the-art offices and a visitors information center located in Midland's Main Street in downtown. The first tourism economic development strategy was to establish the organization's long-lasting presence on Main Street. This was accomplished in 2017. Within 3 years of establishing our offices, we were able to pay off the mortgage, thus making the organization completely debt-free. Room assessment revenues were anticipated to decline by 56% as compared to the previous year. Midland County CVB's room assessment revenues performed better than anticipated, with the decline reaching 45%. As Jeff stated earlier, this amount is less than planned for. Because of our regional collaboration with Bay and Saginaw counties, we are well positioned, united to address the challenges before us all. I will now turn the presentation back to Chairman Garber to provide the Saginaw County CVB organizational update and continue our order of business.
Thank you, Chairman Shelton. The Saginaw County CVB rents state-of-the-art office facilities and a visitors information center located on North Washington Avenue in Saginaw City Center. Tourism economic development strategies include acquisition and demolition of the former 7-story Crown Plaza Hotel and International Center. This site operates today as the Huntington Events Park, hosting outdoor concerts and events. The Saginaw Township Soccer Complex was the next investment made. The CVB invested into the expansion of the facility, enlarging the complex from 16 to 21 contiguous soccer fields. This was done to allow the Bureau to competitively bid for the U.S. Youth Soccer Midwest Regional II competition. Direct spending of this competition exceeds $12 million per event, and the community has played host twice since the expansion. Room assessment revenues were anticipated to decline by 56%, as was shared by both Jeff Mays and Tim Shelton. Saginaw County CVB room assessment revenues performed better than anticipated, with the decline reaching 44%. As stated earlier, this amount is less than planned for, and our travel sector is finally showing signs of recovery. The regional collaboration of our Bay, Midland, and Saginaw County CVB organizations is unique. This collaboration allows us to greatly reduce overhead, eliminate duplication of efforts, and drive more investments into marketing and advertising efforts. This collaboration is precious and makes us stronger. It is now my pleasure to introduce Tim Shelton, incoming chairman of the board for the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau. Although Tim is a proud Hoosier, he has always considered himself a resident of Michigan. This dates as far back as 1964, when his family purchased a cottage in northern Michigan. Tim met his wife while working a summer job on Mackinac Island, and Tim worked in the travel sector for Shepler's ferry service in Mackinac City for 5 summers. Tim has 2 children. The Shelton family enjoys the outdoors, including all the recreational opportunities that Michigan and his family cottage up north has to offer. Tim is also an avid basketball fan. Tim's career started in 1978 as a front desk clerk at the Durbin Hotel in his hometown of Rushville, Indiana. In his 30-plus years of experience in both hotel operations and sales, Tim has been a proven sales leader and a trusted advisor for the hospitality industry. Tim currently is employed by DML Management Services as their Regional Director of Sales and Marketing. Thank you, Chairman Shelton.
It is now my pleasure to acknowledge the leadership of 2020 Chairman Mr. Richard Garber. In the tradition of his grandfather and father, Dick has made service to the community a major priority in his life. He has been an active participant and contributor to numerous community organizations and nonprofits providing leadership, service, and financial support. As a lifelong resident of Saginaw, giving back to the community and the region that has long been loyal to him has always been extremely important. Thank you for all you do, Chairman Garber.
Thank you, Tim. Clearly, this has been a profoundly challenging time for all of us. Serving as your 2020 chairman of the board, my role was to ensure I was available to our CEO during these tough decision-making moments in our organization's history. My time was invested in listening, assessing challenges, and considering various recommendations to move the organization through these unprecedented times. However, despite these challenges of 2020, I leave leadership as chair with full confidence that the organization's ability to continue to prosper have never been stronger. Thank you, and it's back to Chairman Shelton.
In closing, I would like to take a moment to express our appreciation to Chairman Garber and to all of our Board of Director membership who freely gave their time, talents, and leadership in service to our region. Thank you all. To those who will continue to serve on our organization boards, I believe 2021 will be the year of the travel sector's revitalization, with our CVB organizations playing a significant role in recovery. I appreciate you all, and especially the Board of Director members who will work alongside me to navigate through these challenging times. I now officially close the business portion of today's meeting and turn the meeting back to our CEO, Annette Rummel.
Thank you, Chairman Shelton. During what was the most challenging year in the travel sector's history, your CVB staff never wavered. The hallmarks of 2020 included aggressive expense management, difficult administrative decision-making, database strategic choices, successfully applying for all gifts and grant programs, and advocating for financial support grants and loan programs supporting the travel sector. I made the difficult decision to reduce our team by 50%, retaining staff with expertise in the area of electronic media, experience, and staff focused upon travel sector markets expected to recover the quickest. Please enjoy the following video highlighting our CVB team and their areas of responsibility within our organization.
Welcome to the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitor Bureau office here in Saginaw. Hi, I'm Anita Stansbury, and I work as a travel expert here in the Saginaw County Convention and Visitor Bureau office. I've been here in this region for just about 50 years of my life, and I love to help people. I use the phone, I mail out information, I'm on the computer, and I even give a welcome packet to those who come in for a visit. One thing I really love is that after all this time, I still am finding new places to go and eat, to enjoy things to do, and just wonderful treasures in our region.
Hi, I'm Ann. Come on in. I am your Bay City travel expert. I've lived in Midland for the past 16 years. I graduated from Northwood University with my BBA with a major in hospitality, and I actually received my graduate degree, my MBA, from Richard DeVos Graduate School of Management in 2017. I love working here because the team is great and I get to meet so many new people and I get to showcase all the great things that we have in our region.
Hey, I'm Amber. Come on in. Hi, I'm Amber Balley and I'm the social media manager. I handle all of our social content, our user-generated photos. I work with our brand ambassadors and vendors doing photography and anything that will enhance our social media. I have lived in Saginaw my whole life. I was born and raised here. I still live in Saginaw County, but I live in Freeland. I went to school here, so I did the Delta and Northwood program. Graduated from Northwood, and I was a intern here at our Saginaw office my senior year, and then I've been working here ever since, so going on 7 years. I love working here. I have 2 young sons, and we're always looking for stuff to do in the region, places to go. So doing social media and working here, I'm always researching events going on, new businesses opening, attractions, all that sorts of stuff, so it gives me lots of ideas on places to take the family.
Hi, I'm Michael. Come on in. Hi, I'm Michael Hensley, the Travel Marketing Manager here at the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitor Bureau. I've lived in the region for about 5 years. I grew up in Metro Detroit and came up here to start a life because I saw how awesome this region was. I graduated from Saginaw Valley State University with a degree in Bachelor of Arts. I also have my Certified Travel Industry Specialist from Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. What a mouthful. I love working here at the CVB because I recognize how great this region is and I want to tell everybody about it.
Hi, I'm Olivia and this is my office. Hi, my name is Olivia Yarsevich. I am the intern at the CVB. I have lived in the area for 4 years. I'm going to Saginaw Valley State University. I'm a senior this year. And I like working at the CVB because it lets me know about the things in the area that I might not have known before.
Hi everybody, I'm Annie. Come on into my office.
Hi, I'm Annette Rummel, CEO of Michigan's Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau. I've lived in the region for most of my life and have been a lifelong resident of the state of Michigan. I received an associate's degree from Delta College, my bachelor's of business administration from Northwood University, my master's of science from Rochester Institute of Technology in Rochester, New York, and my PhD in park, recreation, and tourism resource management from Michigan State University. I love working at Michigan's Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau because first and foremost, our region has a rich abundance of assets that we can promote. But mostly it's because of the great leadership within our board of directors and a qualified and talented team of individuals that I work with.
Hey, I'm Heather, and this is my office. Hi, I'm Heather Watson, Operations Manager here at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I've been living in the region for about 15 years now. My education, I have my bachelor's degree from Saginaw Valley State University. I graduated in December of 2019 with a bachelor's in business administration. And I love working here at the Convention and Visitors Bureau because I love making memories.
Hello, I'm Wendy. Welcome to my office. Hi, I'm Wendy Scott, CMP, and my job at the Convention and Visitors Bureau is to generate leads for meetings, conventions, and sporting events in the Great Lakes Bay region. I have been in the region my entire life, and that's why I love it and I sell it. And I love working here at the Bureau because of the staff. We're like family, we work well together, and I love all our clients that we bring into the region.
Hi, I'm Herb. Welcome to my office. I am the motor coach and group tour administrator here at the Great Lakes Bay Regional CVB. I also do some administrative duties. I'm a lifelong resident of the Great Lakes Bay region. I grew up in Frankenmuth and I still reside there. My education, I went to Frankenmuth High School, followed by Delta College. Then I went to a Lutheran college over in Minnesota. Working here, I achieved my Certified Travel Industry Specialist designation from the American Bus Association. The best part of my job is the relationships that I've built with tour planners all across the country and Canada.
How's it going? I'm Drew. Welcome to the Midland Visitor Center. I am Drew Compau. I am the Midland County travel expert here for the CVB. I have lived here for about a year consistently now. I lived here a few years in the past, but a year for this stint. I have a bachelor's degree in outdoor recreation and leadership management from Northern Michigan University. And I love working for the CVB just because even though I live here, there's still a lot of things that I maybe don't know about or something that I might find interesting that I learn from work that I get to go out and do.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Parker. I'm the team's creative director. I graduated from Western Michigan University with a bachelor's degree in business marketing and a fine arts degree in graphic design. I currently live in Greenville, South Carolina. A lot of people work remotely right now, but I've been doing it for about 5 years. And before that, I worked in the Saginaw office for about 2 years. I love working for the CVB because I'm originally from Frankenmuth, Michigan. And even though I live out of state now, I can still promote the region that I love.
I remain proud of the accomplishments of the staff in 2020. This team provided total flexibility, resilience, and unyielding creative approaches to solving the challenges facing our communities, the travel sector, and our organization. I'm proud to lead such a dedicated group of professionals. Please enjoy this video highlighting our 2020 accomplishments. The CVB team entered this new year with renewed hope, optimism, and enthusiasm for the vaccine, its global distribution, and ultimately recovery of the United States, state of Michigan, and the Great Lakes Bay region's travel sector. Travel has spurred economic recovery before. We saw it after 9/11, following the 2008 financial crisis, and after devastating natural disasters. I would now like to welcome Mr. Roger Dow, CEO of U.S. Travel, to share insights from a national perspective.
Well, I want to thank everybody for the opportunity to join your meeting and express my appreciation for the phenomenal job that not only Michigan's done as being so highly engaged and supportive of everything that we've done in the industry. I'm going to talk a little bit about the state of the travel industry and, most important, our road to recovery. 2020 was without question the toughest year our industry's ever faced. I mean, losing $500 billion, 50% of our jobs, people unemployed, visitation fell, and with that, the economy and small businesses went down, and it's been a tough time, and I know that even hurts the tax revenues that are so important. 2020 was probably the worst year our industry's ever seen. 2021 is going to be the most important year our industry's ever seen, because it's really going to be the opportunity to talk about bringing people back to travel And everyone's telling us how much they miss travel, the anticipation of planning a trip. And I think with the vaccine coming out and a lot of things happening now, we're beginning to see the tide change in consumer sentiment that's going to be so important to getting people moving again. And I think one of the major things we've got to do is we've got to all advocate and get people to understand how important our industry is. And just recently, getting the COVID bill passed, the most recent relief bill, was so important because we're able to get the destinations involved in this. And I hope you'll be able to take advantage of those funds and really use them to spread your message about all you have to offer and help navigate the future. We've got a new administration coming on, and we're going to work very hard to impress them how important travel is, and look for even more stimulus and look for some tax credits for meetings and events to really bring this industry back, because it used to be said, as goes General Motors, goes U.S. economy. Now I believe it's as goes the travel industry, goes U.S. economy. So we're all in this to bring this back together. And we're going to talk about to Americans, and have been talking to them about making plans and getting ready to travel. And we had the Let's Go There campaign, which has been phenomenally successful. Over 4,500 organizations, including yourselves, have been very involved in that. We've had over 84 million people view everything we've had to say on social media. What I'd like to do now is share our message that we've been sharing around the world of Let's Go There.
Someone once said, life is what happens when you're busy making plans. But the truth is, in a life without plans, nothing really happens. So let's go there. Let's make some plans. Let's feel that feeling once again. The rush of excitement as you search and imagine that perfect getaway. Trip. Vacation. Let's go there. Somewhere. Anywhere. Let's save a date, book a flight, and get to the destination that will feel like no other. Because when the time is right, when the heart says go, we'll be ready. So let's book a trip. Let's aim for the horizon and shoot for the moon. Let's go there.
I think that really inspires everybody to think about traveling and planning travel, and we can't slow down. We've really got to take advantage of the pent-up demand that everyone has. I mean, people just don't want to be cooped up anymore. They want to get out. Well, as we bring people together for 2021, I hope you'll add your voice, because we're in this together, as they say, and I'm kind of sick of that term, but we are. And I really think we're going to see travel come back. Travel is a coiled spring. And if we do the right things, if we make sure it's a two-way street and we each do our role, the travelers and the travel industry, we're going to come back stronger than ever. So I hope people will be wearing the masks, and I want to see them go away soon, but keeping distance and washing your hands. And lastly, I want to thank you for all you do. You're a great part of this travel community, and we're going to come back together, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in person very soon.
Thank you for your remarks, Roger, and for the incredible effort put forth by you and your team throughout the year of 2020. Your accomplishments will certainly contribute to a quicker recovery for us all. Our CVB team actively engages with fellow CVBs within Michigan, across the United States, Canada, and globally through our membership with Destinations International. This membership facilitates access to the best thinking, cutting-edge programming, influence, and inspiration from our colleague Convention and Visitor Bureau organizations. Please enjoy this update from Destinations International CEO, Mr. Don Welsh.
Hi everyone, Don Welsh with Destinations International. It's a pleasure to be with you today, and it's my pleasure to welcome the Great Lakes Bay Regional CVB Board of Directors, friends of the organization, and also want to thank our friend Annie Rummel. As you know, Annie is so committed to her profession. I know she has a big impact in the community along with her team, but she's also done the same thing for us at Destinations International. Annie served on multiple boards, committees, and has brought her thought leadership and commitment. So Annie, thank you for all that you've done and all that I know you'll continue to do. You know, we at Destinations International have a goal of empowering our members so their destinations excel. And how we basically do that is through four core pillars. Number one, we're fortunate to work in a large community around the world of great CVBs, a lot of thought leadership. We also have a very focused effort on advocacy. And never has probably advocacy been more important, both pre-COVID and post-COVID, but incredibly important in the recovery of our industry. Research is at the foundation of almost everything we do to allow for proper and smart decisions. And we also understand you can never start having enough education and learning. So this is our care philosophy on what we do for our members. We're also fortunate at Destinations International to have this wide universe of members. We have 600 destination members in 13 countries, and this represents about 6,000 professional members who get a chance to interact with one another, and never has the communication been greater and more active in terms of using best practices to help us through this global pandemic. Speaking of the pandemic, I know that we've all dealt with it in our own ways in communities, but the one thing we do know is this global pandemic was the flattener around the world for the industry. We've tested many opportunities before, whether it's natural disasters, acts of terrorism, but this is the one that really brought our industry down to a base level to build from, and we too have done the same. I'm very proud of many of the activities that we've done here, but I'll just name a couple of them. We also pivoted aggressively as our members saw staff reductions, fewer resources, a lot of instability during that first 3 to 6 months. We too did the same. So one of the first things we did, we launched a COVID-19 resource hub, and every day that was being populated by current information that was relevant. We also partnered with a scientific group called ESA, and they were the ones that were behind the GBAC education certification in terms of cleanliness standards. Great scientists leading this effort, and we were happy to work with them. Also, as information was rather fluid and challenges were fluid, we hosted 64 webinars last year with great industry leaders providing information as it was real time. And I know our members valued this information gratefully. We also successfully transitioned what were going to be 6 face-to-face meetings to virtual meetings. And we will talk a little bit about moving into the hybrid environment as we get into the recovery of 21. And we also work very closely with Roger Dow and his team at US Travel as an advocate for the essential PPP funding for CVBs. And I'm pleased to say that did go through. Some of the other accomplishments, we focus very heavily on how our industry talks about what it does. So we released the new pandemic lexicons in countries beyond the United States, including Canada, Australia, and soon to be other countries. We hosted 28 dedicated member engagement sessions. We launched the online learning center platform. And then we also implemented for our CEOs, and I know Annie took advantage of, these were small facilitated discussion groups for CEOs that really allowed them to discuss peer-to-peer issues that were relevant and important to them. And we also launched We're Here to Help campaign that was really intended for the meeting planners to help them in response to where they could take meetings based on the availability, and that is up and running. And I'm so proud of the work that's behind that. And then I'm also very, very proud of the work we continue to do in the area of equity, diversity, and inclusion. And we'll be talking more about that as we get into it. But these are some of the areas that we're heavily focused on. I think, like you, we've also entered into 21 with what we'll say is cautious optimism. I think we all feel very, very good about the global distribution of the vaccine. Needless to say, there have been some bumps in the road, but hopefully in the next couple of months, things will smooth out and our populations around the world will be vaccinated. Some of the more current information has indicated that travelers that were really not keen on traveling are back keen on traveling with the vaccine coming. And this is a very positive sign issued a couple of weeks ago by our friends at Longwoods that 70% of travelers say they'll consider traveling when the vaccine is where they believe it needs to be. We also believe the new administration with President Biden is supportive of tourism, and we will continue to advance those opportunities, which again includes the great PPP support for our industry. For those in the meetings business, we're really thrilled that larger meetings and events are being rebooked, particularly in the second half of the year. And as we've seen, many of those are being booked as hybrid, which will be both in person and a virtual component. And then we also talked about the PPP and the loan forgiveness. Our area in equity, diversity, and inclusion has been accelerated certainly some of the events that occurred in 2020 have done that. And I'm pleased to say that right now we have over 250 CEOs around the world who've signed a pledge for the inclusion of this work for their various communities. And I know we're building on that. The good news, I know we've got some elected leaders with us today, but it's nice to see that elected leaders and residents now really know what CVBs do for their communities and how they impact their communities, both in the good times and certainly during the challenging times. No doubt CVBs are going to play a critical role in the recovery of destinations in the weeks and months ahead. And it is nice to see that in certain parts of the country and around the world, business is beginning to take place, both from a group as well as leisure. And one small thing is, I think that in maybe the last decade, a leisure traveler, a business traveler, a meeting attendee, somehow when you see the performance we've had for almost over a decade, things get taken for granted. And I honestly think that a traveler will never be taken for granted again in any community that where they travel to. Our strategic goals, again, industry advocacy leadership. We've got a great person in Jack Johnson leading this effort for us. The global opportunities continue to build based on a lot of the work that was very US-centric for many years. Our strategic partnerships are growing dramatically, and we've added a few very important strategic partnerships, believe it or not, during the pandemic. And we talked about the importance of next generation professional development, education. That will be ongoing. And then also our work in equity, diversity, and inclusion. We also have a major initiative right now that's called the North America Travel Alliance. And I'm pleased to say this has been about a 3-year project initiated by Chris Thompson at Brand USA. And this really does bring together the leaders of the tourism industries for Canada, Mexico, and the United States, and realizing the significance that each of those countries have in terms of business for one another. Very excited about this to begin moving as many people when it is possible and as safely as possible between those 3 countries. We also have a partnership with Canada that will more than probably double our current members in Canada. And that is a Canadian alliance we're thrilled about. We just announced a new partnership with the NFL that will really be built around the economic impact that sports bring to any community. And we'll most likely be doing that with other professional leagues, not only in the US, but around the world. And as I mentioned to you, our global initiatives. The other one we're very pleased to partner with, we're the newest partner with the US Conference of Mayors. And this allows us as an organization to interface with the over 2,000 mayors in the United States that happen to be members of this alliance. And we've already had the opportunity to speak with them. So we've launched the new PDM. We're doing, by the way, Annie's a big proponent of education. So we've got our in-person sessions again, thank goodness, for CDME. We also have the global expansion of CDME. Which will be very important to take this learning to other parts of the world. We're thrilled that in Japan and Korea and other parts of the world, there's great interest. We also have our industry update webinars. We continue our CEO conversations. We basically focus on education for every department of a CVB. So it's not just for Annie, it's for all members of her team. And we're going to, as I said, we're going to move into that face-to-face. We can't wait to be back together with our colleagues and friends for the opportunities that come along with face-to-face, but we'll also provide the virtual opportunity as well. We also have our destination organization leadership campaign. We also have the advocacy template in place. We have a blog and online community content up and running. We have the new advocacy podcast in place led by our very own Jack Johnson. We have the Canadian and global specific development for content, and we're helping our members navigate through how do you access not only PPP and other federal recovery programs, but more or less how do you take advantage for your own community. And then also we will have the 2021 Destination Next Future Study, which will also be a great template for all members to be able to use as they begin their recovery in 21 and beyond. Our content strategy, it's all about disruption and innovation. And I'm so proud of the industry, how we've done that so far. It's about the community shared value and community alignment that I know works so well in your community. It's about the destination stewardship and sustainability. It's about stakeholder engagement at every level. And it is funding, governance, and organizational structure. which is essential to all of our members around the world. And again, I can't emphasize enough the work we're going to continue to do in the area of equity, diversity, and inclusion at every level of organization. So I know you've got many of these initiatives underway in your great community. I want to again thank you for this opportunity to spend a few minutes with you today. I wish you all the best. Annie, thank you. See you all soon. Take care. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Dave Lorenz, Vice President of Travel Michigan. The Board of Directors of the Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau has again approved our continued investment with the MEDC Travel Michigan's Pure Michigan National Partnership. This highly successful advertising campaign will take a new approach in 2021, and Dave is here today to share some of the details with us all.
Hi, I'm Dave Lorenz from Pure Michigan. It's good to be with you today. I wish I could be with you in person, but aren't we all saying that these days? I'm sure we're all getting used to this technology as a way to communicate. It's good for now, but before you know it, the vaccines, as they roll out, are going to start to have their impact, and we're going to be meeting face-to-face, which I know we're all looking forward to. I certainly am. Just before the pandemic hit, just by chance, I had contacted Annie and said, Annie, I drove through Saginaw. I haven't been through Saginaw in a long time, and I really want to check it out. Can you give me a tour? We were just scheduling that when this all hit. So I can't wait for my tour of Saginaw and the entire area. I thought I'd do today, basically tell you what we're going to do in 2021. But before we get to that, let's take a short little recap of what happened in 2020, how Pure Michigan, we hope, served your needs, at least did our best to do that, and tried to get through this huge challenge that we all called 2020. So I've called this Pure Michigan 2021 Challenge and Change, because 21 is going to be change. Let's hope mostly for the better as we move forward into this new year. As we all know, there were a lot of challenges. If you went to the travel conference last year, you probably heard that we were all kind of preparing for what I thought was going to be a year of stormy weather. We knew about the fact that we had no Pure Michigan funding. That was a big issue. We knew that we had these high water tables and all the horrible water issues, and you certainly had some of the really bad effects of that. And, people started to talk about this whole COVID thing, coronavirus, and what was that? Was it going to affect our industry? Well, it sure did. As we all know, the travel industry has been hit, harder than any other single sector of the travel industry. So we felt that as the COVID hit and we were all kind of being kept in our homes, it was a presidential year. So, of course, all that animosity and distrust that was starting to be noticed, we felt that we should use the brand to bring people together. We felt that that would be the one thing that Pure Michigan could really do, is help to unite our state. So to start that, we started to collect virtual experiences. We reached out to everybody saying, listen, if you have virtual experiences, live cams, things like that, let's share that in one big portal on michigan.org and get people traveling in their mind, at least getting them to dream and to plan about travel as soon as they were allowed to. And before you know it, we were allowed to get out there, but we needed to still try to encourage unity. This political year was just as damaging to us as COVID, I believe. And so we felt that we would use the brand. It might help to remind people that, yes, we're people of two peninsulas, but we are one Pure Michigan, and we needed to act that. We need to encourage each other to act like that. So we asked some folks out there in the media world, billboard companies and TV companies, and we just basically said, listen, we have no money. We can put together some creative. Would you consider posting it, putting it out there? So some billboard companies posted these boards. Some TV stations also gave us some free time. And so we created a couple of ads. I thought I'd show you one. Interesting enough, the voice of Tim Allen you're going to hear was from a radio ad that he had recorded years before. We had no contract, no budget with Tim, so we couldn't use him in any new recording. But this is what we put together, and we were able to share because of the generosity of some TV stations around Michigan.
Some places make us feel like we instantly belong, where the first thing we feel is the calm. We just feel at ease. And the only rule is to just make it up as we go along. Exploring world-class shipwrecks or pulling up a chair at the local restaurant to share our stories. So let's go to the place that invites us to make it our own. Our place in Pure, Michigan.
That was our way just to say, listen, you know, it's difficult, challenging what we're going through. It's going to get better, and we knew it would. So then, where do we go from there? Where do we go from just inspiring people to travel at the appropriate time and to think positively about the future? We felt that we needed to then start to re-engage the traveler, get them to think about traveling, but get them to do that in a safe way. So we decided to pivot the One Pure Michigan campaign into a safety campaign, and we developed the Pure Michigan Pledge. This is a pledge that we asked everybody to take. We're still asking people to take, you know, all the things that we all know to do now. Wear a mask, you know, keep your hands clean, you know, distance, and stay home when you're sick, things like this. So actually, even right now, we're asking travel businesses to go on Michigan.org to sign up for the Pure Michigan Pledge. Let us know that they're, you know, being part of the solution instead of part of the problem. And if they do that, we'll give you a kind of a little, a kind of a badge of certification on Michigan.org. So I'm hoping that you will encourage everybody to do that in your community. Meanwhile, you know, we kind of went back and forth, things open, things closed, and we know how badly our restaurants and retail have been hit during the pandemic and with all these closures. So we developed a kind of a support local campaign, all about, you know, trying to encourage people to order foods from their local restaurants and to shop locally and not just kind of, you know, automatically go online and shopping from, you know, stores that people don't even know where they are. And we were actually helped by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, our parent organization, gave us more than $1 million, or about $1 million, I guess it was, for this campaign, which continues today to encourage the support of our local businesses. It's the only way we're going to get people back to work is by supporting them and, of course, opening as soon as we can. The MEDC has also helped in so many other ways with relief efforts. It's been incredible. I've never seen the MEDC do so much for our state, and I've been very proud to call Pure Michigan a business unit of the MEDC during this very difficult time. I've also been out there traveling around the state as much as possible, traveling safely, even as I have asthma, there I go, coughing quite a bit. I've been trying to get out there as much as possible, traveling safe, showing that you can travel safe. And I've been out with the Under the Radar crew. So Tom Dalton, Jim Edelman, and I have been out there recording segments that we've been posting online and on the website and such. So we were actually in your area, I think it was in the fall. We were at the city market. We were also at the Tridge and with Dow Gardens. Thanks to Michael for helping us out in coordinating those efforts. And I'm sure we'll be back. Also, you know, Dow Gardens, just incredible. I can't say enough about it. I talk about it all the time. I just love it. You guys do such a great job. Now here we are in winter time. The good news is that we do have some budget. We have $15 million, which this year we are putting to work rather rapidly. We started the winter campaign with just over $1 million budget. We're trying to encourage people to travel right now at wintertime. We need to support those winter businesses, those resorts and such. And I got to tell you, it's working. People are going to the resorts. They're doing it in a safe manner. People are checking before they go. They're knowing before they go. I'm really impressed with all that I've seen so far. Here's that ad, just in case you haven't seen it yet. That's our way to say that, yes, we still are in this pandemic. We're still trying to climb out of that hole, but we are still Pure Michigan. We still offer these great experiences. And if you travel safely, you can still enjoy them. The summer campaign, we don't have any samples to show you yet. We're just starting on production for that for warm weather. That's where the majority of our budget goes. About $8 or $9 million will be invested to get people to travel. And by this spring and summer, it's very likely that people are going to be able to travel and feel better about travel. I think that sentiment is going to improve dramatically as these vaccines get out there. I know they're getting out slower than we want, but they're starting. So we'll do our best. And one of the things we're going to try to do is to encourage people to check out some of the lesser known areas. We're hoping to get them to our better known areas as well. I'm hoping that because our urban areas are going to be the hardest hit, people are going to feel more comfortable going to nature areas, natural areas with great open spaces and a lot of nature around them. So I'm hoping that by pulling people into these nature areas that we're best known for, we'll be able to also encourage people to check out our urban areas at the same time. As we've dealt with all of these challenges, it's important to realize that our other important agenda items are still important and we can't forget about them. So you're going to soon hear more about Travel Michigan's efforts to provide more information on accessibility for the disabled traveler. I'm hoping we can get that done, and that's our plan. Health travel is going to be even more important, more interesting to the traveler after all we've been through. So we're going to try to gather up more information about kind of the healthy, interesting things you can do as you travel around the state. Things like yoga classes on the beach, things like this. Pet travel, I think, will be even more important in 21 and beyond because, hey, we've been with our family, our pets, working from home so often. If they weren't a very important part of our family before, they sure are now. And we're going to want to travel with them more than ever. So we need to be more open to that opportunity. Multi-generational travel is going to change a little bit. We've been hearing about grandparents bringing their grandkids without the middle generation there who have been working. Well, now the interesting opportunity is going to be all those people who will now be working from home, working virtually. They're going to be able to travel and work vacation. Instead of going on a vacation from work, they're going to be able to work and vacation. So we need to capture those people, make sure they know they can still get to many places around Michigan, have these great times, but then work virtually and then enjoy their time with their family. And there'll probably be some virtual travel available for kids as well, even going to school. And then the last thing on this slide is a reminder. I expect to have some new conversations about funding for Pure Michigan, for our local DMOs. It's important that we really start to consider new options as general funding just isn't going to be working for us. So we're working with $15 million this year. We're thankful for that. That's less than half of what we've had in the past and what we need. So it's important we work toward finding a better solution. Just before the pandemic hit, we had the travel conference, and I played a little video at the end of my presentation. I had no idea how prescient that would be. I thought I'd show you that today. Watch and listen to the words. And I think this will give you an idea of where we need to go this coming year.
We live at a time full of challenges. But challenges are what built this brand in the first place. Pure Michigan was born at a time when people needed to be reminded of what's really important. And now, with so much anxiety in the news, Pure Michigan is needed more than ever. So whether we're East Side, West Side, or UP, bleed maize and blue or Spartan green, born here or new to the ranks, we need to work together. This is the state that created travel for everyone, that got America moving, discovering. So let's be ready for new trends and new thinking, and get ready to welcome today's travelers from all ways of life. And let's work to make sure Pure Michigan is welcoming, available, and accessible for all. So let's open our shops, hotels, and communities, but mostly our hearts. 2020 is the perfect time for one vision to bring together this amazing state.
I'll only change one thing in that video, and that is that 2021 will be the perfect time for Pure Michigan and for your efforts to really take hold and to make a difference in this coming year. The hardest times, I think, are kind of still ahead of us in some ways. It's going to be more important than ever that we make it clear that all are welcome in Pure Michigan. All are welcome in your region and all throughout the state. So I ask you to please continue doing what you've been doing so well, making people know that they are welcome to the Great Lakes Bay Area. They are welcome here in Pure, Michigan. Hang with us or we hang apart. You know that old line. We're going to get this done. We're going to, even with the less amenities with restaurants and retail so damaged, it's going to take a while, but we're going to get this done. So I want to thank you for everything that you've done so far and for what I know you're going to do in 2021 and beyond. Have a good day.
Thank you for this update, Dave. Under your leadership, Travel Michigan has been more connected with the industry and made advances benefiting the entire state of Michigan. Thank you for your determination and persistence. The pandemic is in its own category in terms of the level of harm it has caused society. It is the toughest challenge we've ever faced, and some predict it will take 5 years to recover from the pandemic. Your CVB team is dedicated to address the damage it has caused. We believe that 5 years is far too long and are committed to apply all our available resources to shorten our region's recovery timeframe. Our goal is not simply to recover what we've lost, but to rebuild a travel sector that's even better situated than before the crisis. We are positioned to be more competitive, innovative, and unified. We entered 2021 with a budget that is achievable based upon a modified strategic plan and upon a continued belief that day and overnight tourism will be the first market segment to recover. We will place advertising for general tourism in metropolitan areas geographically located within a 5-hour drive of our destinations. Meetings, expositions, conferences, and in-person events will take longer to recover. However, contact with decision makers within these markets will continue to be our focus of team members highlighting our technological capabilities for future hybrid gatherings. This direction ensures that when the time is right, meetings, expositions, conferences, and in-person gatherings will once again return to our region. On behalf of your CVB team, we are beyond grateful for the incredible support our citizens, board members, constituents, and elected officials have shown for our organization and sector. We remain very optimistic that 2021 will begin a safe and robust recovery for us all. We want to close today's meeting with an exciting announcement. And for that announcement, please draw your attention to a message our digital development team has prepared. This brings us to the end of today's meeting. Our official annual meeting is now concluded. Thank you all for joining us today.